A very good morning to all of you, colleagues and friends, and I'm so sorry for not being with you on this important day. For all of those who have dealt with suicide, we were forced to deal with the tragedy of suicide, and for those who volunteers the field or study the field of suicide. The World Day for Suicide Prevention has become a very important event for all of us involved in this area, in trying to give our contribution to reduce the burden due to these terrible decisions for lives of many people, for too many people in the world. We are here today, or better, you are here today, forced, you may argue, to be again absent from this important celebration for many commitments in Europe for ASRAP, but I really wish I would be there. And I'm very pleased that the new Mental Health Commissioner is with you today, as with all other speakers for the day and participants. The World Suicide Prevention Day, I was saying, is gaining great importance and visibility. We know for sure that last year more than 80 nations officially listed their events, conferences, or other initiatives in the records of the International Association for Suicide Prevention. The World Health Organization was really very pleased with the success of this celebration. And the theme of this year, each year has a different theme, is particularly important for suicide, is the theme of stigma. How stigma influences help-seeking behavior, how stigma may contaminate and deeply affect the lives of many individuals, especially if these individuals are carrying a mental disorder. The role of mental disorders in many Western nations is devastatingly important in suicide, not very much so in certain big nations like India and China, for example, where by themselves the number of suicided individuals contributes for 1/3 of the total count of deaths. But for, as I said, for other nations such as Australia, United States, mental disorders are still too frequently associated with suicide. Stigma has a major role in that because no mental disorder directly provokes suicide. So it must be the consequences of being suffering from a mental condition that affects the life of individuals and their terrible decisions to end prematurely their lives. Stigma as a public habit, as a public dimension. Stigma is shame. Stigma is also self-stigma, which means loss of personal dignity, loss of personal respect, loss of personal reputation. Stigma may affect, at the end, help-seeking, the search for help, because people want to avoid being labeled in some way. So people at the end, through stigma, don't look for the right help or even avoid and feels even more isolated. And isolation is a terrible constant in many suicidal behaviors, completed included. So I wish you can debate this important theme from many angles today. I wish you can have a profitable day. I wish you can be really together and well connected among you, because connectedness is a magic word in suicide prevention, and we certainly should pay all possible efforts in improving connectedness among individuals, and in doing so reduce the stigma, particularly that embedded to mental disorder. Thank you for listening.